Hey there, I'm Sifu Anthony Korahayas. Welcome to this short video where I'm going to show you exactly what to practice to beat exhaustion and fatigue using Qigong and Tai Chi. When we're all finished, you'll have a technique that you can do in 3 minutes or less. I'm also going to try to quickly explain why this technique is so helpful and why it's a better choice than a lot of the other Qigong and Tai Chi techniques that are out there. I don't have time to talk about the exact differences between Qigong and Tai Chi. I've written a lot on the subject. You're welcome to read that. And for now, we'll just suffice it to say that this exercise that you're learning is in both the Qigong and the Tai Chi traditions. In the Qigong tradition, it's called gathering Qi from the cosmos. And in the Tai Chi tradition, it's often called the Great Tai Chi Circle. Let's learn the technique. So you don't need very much room at all for this technique. In fact, all I have right here is a mini yoga mat. It's a yoga mat that I cut down. I don't need much more space than this, so I just use this. You don't need a yoga mat, but I use it here so that you can see that this is roughly how much space you need for most of Qigong and Tai Chi. And I know that's confusing to the Tai Chi people because they think, oh, I need all this room to do the exercises. That is not true. So we're going to start by just learning how to stand. Stand about hip width apart. This is how you measure hip width apart. You just measure about the length of one of your own feet, plus or minus a couple inches. It should be nice and comfortable. And then let's just dive right into the technique. It looks like this. Again, breathing in, gently through the nose, and then out. Again, breathing in gently through the nose as the hands are going up, and out gently through the mouth as the hands are coming down. You can pause at the bottom. Again. Very, very simple. Continue on your own. Please keep it simple. Notice I'm already talking about the breathing. I'm not even mentioning the physical form much yet because honestly, it doesn't matter. And that's why this technique is such a good choice because it's not going to interfere. The technique, the physical aspect is good enough to accomplish our goals. And right away, because it's so simple, we can just move on to more important things like the breathing. And there's more, so let's do it together. Keeping the exercise simple. Don't obsess about how to move the arms or how to hold the body. Don't make something simple complex. This is simple. Just keep it simple. Good. Now we can move on to something else that's super important, which is enjoying the exercise and feeling like you're breathing and meditating with the exercise. So let's continue. Breathe in and out. And a simple way to do this is to feel that you are breathing with the whole movement. So continue on your own. There's an expansion and a contraction to every breath that you take that you've been taking your entire life. There's an expansion and a contraction to the movement as well. So feel this unification. Feel it with your mind, feel it with your body, feel it even with your heart and your spirit. Feel that you are breathing with your whole body and maybe even breathing with your spirit as well. So we want to make this more than just a physical exercise, and we want to make it more than just a breathing exercise as well. That's when the magic of Qigong and Tai Chi comes out. That's when these arts really come alive, and I want you to feel that. You can do that. It may take practice, but you can do it even in a 3-minute session. Let's just do a few more repetitions. Feel the body can move. See how my body can expand upwards a little bit. And then I can sort of relax and sink the body. That's part of that expansion and contraction of the breathing. So simple. My hands are relaxed. There's some space between my fingers because they're so relaxed. If you want to take a short pause at the bottom, just relax the hands, pause there. Never be rigid. You're always free to move in Qigong and Tai Chi. Don't try to be rigid when you're standing. Last one. There you go. That's so simple. That's the beauty of this technique. Either we call it gathering Qi from the cosmos or the great Tai Chi circle. Now the thing to remember is that you need to go a little bit deeper. We live in a reductionist society. It's very Cartesian, which means it dates back to Descartes. And what we do is we like to dissect things. We like to separate them and analyze them. And that's not how art works, including the arts of Qigong and Tai Chi. Same thing is with meditation. Meditation, sitting meditation is not just sitting there with the eyes closed. It's not the posture. It's not even just the breathing. It's what you do with your mind and your spirit that matter. And in this case, it matters in terms of getting the results with fatigue and exhaustion. With fatigue and exhaustion, according to the traditional Chinese medicine viewpoint, we need to not only gather Qi, which we can do with this technique, but we need to move it and circulate it. Gathering Qi doesn't do you any good if it's not circulating. So the beautiful thing about this technique, when you do it right, is that you are both gathering and circulating the Qi at the same time. When I say do it right, I do not mean do the form perfect. In fact, I always give my students full license to butcher the form. The freedom to butcher the form means that you have more freedom to go internally into the breathing and the meditative aspects of Qigong and Tai Chi. And that's where you get the results that I've gotten with the art, that my students have gotten, and that you can get too, as long as you make it an internal art rather than just a mechanical, robotic, I move the arms like this art. That's not how Qigong and Tai Chi work. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I hope you will practice it. Just do it for 3 minutes a day. Take a break from your work. Get up. You can even do it sitting. The same technique can be done sitting. The important thing is to remember to do it. I have a lot of tips and tricks on that subject of habit making and willpower and discipline. It's a big part of my work. I don't just teach these arts. I have to coach and inspire my students to actually do the work of practicing, because that's where the rubber meets the road. If you don't practice these arts, nothing happens. But if you do practice them, even just a little bit, oh, it's magic. It's amazing what can happen. And I really, that's what I want for my students, is that for them to experience the magic of these arts. And ultimately, I want my students to fall in love with Qigong and Tai Chi the way that I did. Sifu Anthony, signing off.